A man awakens in space, only to find his spacecraft in peril after encountering a meteor shower. He rushes to the cockpit, desperately trying to maneuver the ship away from the onslaught of space rocks. Despite his best efforts, the damage is severe, forcing him to veer off course and head for the nearest planet to make an emergency landing. Misfortune strikes again when the hibernation pods are hit by meteors, exploding and detaching as the ship enters the atmosphere. In a last-ditch effort, Jack ejects from the cockpit moments before the spacecraft crashes, but the sheer force of the ejection knocks him unconscious. Upon regaining consciousness, Jack finds himself safely on the ground, but with a piece of metal piercing his abdomen. He carefully removes it and seals the wound using advanced nanomaterial. Donning his protective suit, he makes his way to the hibernation pods, only to discover a scene of utter devastation. The pods are in ruins, and the instruments show no signs of life from any of the hibernating crew members. Determined to find any survivors, Jack heads to the weapons storage, grabs some firearms, and prepares to venture outside. As he opens the hatch, he's stunned to find himself in the middle of a swamp. Even more disturbingly, the bodies of his crewmates float on the surface, thrown from the ship during the crash. As Jack presses on, he watches helplessly as unknown creatures drag his fallen comrades into the depths, one by one, with each glance over his shoulder. Overwhelmed by despair, he drops to his knees, ready to give up. He removes his protective helmet, intending to end it all, but to his surprise, the air is breathable. Just as he's about to surrender to his fate, the thought of his daughter waiting for him back home reignites his will to survive. With renewed determination, he sets off to find the main spacecraft, some 30 kilometers away, hoping to find an escape pod and leave this nightmare behind. Along the way, he stumbles upon a broken eggshell. Shining his flashlight, he discovers the ground littered with the remnants of giant eggs. Realizing the danger, Jack spots a detached hibernation pod from another ship. To his amazement, the pod is still functioning, and the instruments show a little girl inside, alive. Unable to open it with the password, he shoots the lock and carefully lifts the girl out, continuing his journey with her in tow. Suddenly, Jack stops in his tracks, his gaze fixed on enormous footprints in the soil. A chilling realization dawns on him. This planet is a mirror image of Earth 65 million years ago, a world ruled by dinosaurs. For their safety, Jack takes the girl back to the ship for medical attention. The next day, armed and ready, he sets out to explore. He comes across a massive tooth, and just ahead, a colossal skeleton, unmistakably that of a carnivorous dinosaur from Earth's past. Perplexed by the creature's demise, he soon discovers the cause: high-temperature sulfur geysers, beneath which the dinosaur met its end. Keenly aware of the planet's perils, Jack consults his instruments, detecting the other half of the ship atop a mountain 30 kilometers away. Peering over the cliff's edge, he sees a dinosaur hunting ground below. Suddenly, a rustle in the bushes reveals the little girl he rescued the night before, startled and running away. In the ensuing chase, they tumble down a slope, coming face to face with the gruesome sight of a hunted dinosaur. A deafening roar erupts from behind them, the trees shaking violently. Realizing the imminent danger, Jack grabs the girl's hand and they flee, knowing that reaching the other half of the ship is their only chance for survival.